Right, we turn to this now. The water interruptions across parts of Johannesburg continue to impact on residents daily. For Muslims, the month of Ramadan, which entails a lengthy fast without food and water, is more challenging without the precious resource to break fast. Newzroom Afrika's Karinda Jagmohan reports.
Water is critical for Muslims to cleanse before prayer.
So the additional challenges in Ramadan is that in the evening, especially when we break fast, which is called iftar, and that's at sunset, people want water, lots of water to sort of quench their thirst. And during the day, as you know, it's actually very difficult because you're not just not having water, you're not having food, you're not having anything. And so water makes it easier.
It's been a particularly challenging month as borehole water runs out fast amid the water interruptions.
It's a major crisis, and ultimately the rainwater supply we're all dependent on it. And I think the city has not come to the party in dealing with this timelessly and investing on it on a regular basis. So this has been something with poor planning.
While the masjid tries to manage the crisis and share the remaining borehole water with the local neighborhood, there are many South Africans who've never had tap water in the first place.
You know that only 46% of South Africans actually have a tap in their home, and less of those have running, working, drinkable water in those taps. It's across the board, and there are millions of people in South Africa that do not have access. And I think it becomes more relevant, or it becomes quite clear when you're looking at religious holidays for people, or even holidays where they're trying to celebrate and they cannot do what they need to do because of water. And that is becoming more and more a violation of basic human rights.
Water Can is a growing network of activists aiming to help resolve the challenges and guard the precious resource against mismanagement.
Who's to blame? Sure, I think I'm going to let's start with like everyone. City of Joburg, Rand Water, Joburg Water, the national department, not with this minister, because this minister has turned things around, but the previous ministers, lack of leadership across the board, they all need to account for it. But I think more and more as we're going into this crisis, and this crisis is going to be here for a while, is that we as citizens have to also look at how our role has influenced.
While authorities scramble to prevent a total collapse of the water network, members of the Masjid Ud-Dua hope there'll be water to celebrate Eid.
Well, Eid could be on Wednesday or Thursday next week, and I just hope there's a continuous supply of water, because if there isn't water, they won't be able to cook to have their festivities, and that won't be great for anyone. But inshallah, as we say, God willing, that people will have water.
Meanwhile, Rand Water is celebrating recognition by the Global Water Intelligence Organization as one of the best performing water utilities in the world. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Karinda Jagmohan in Johannesburg.